Hey, this is Andrew again with T.C.W.S.M Fitness. We're going to be doing amino acids on this video clip. I'll be narrating these clips and letting you know more about amino acids. First off, amino acids are building blocks of proteins. They are combined in linear chains to make up proteins itself. Just as the alphabet has pretty much unlimited and endless words they can make up with combinations, amino acids have a very wide spectrum of proteins they can make up by linear chains they connect. So certain amino acids can connect to make certain proteins. So it's very important to know that there is many amino acids, 22 to be exact. So the background on amino acids, they were actually first isolated and discovered in 1806 by two French chemists whose names I cannot pronounce, so I won't even try. But they actually were able to isolate asparagine, which is the first amino acid ever found. Helps with athlete stamina, nerve transmission in the body. It's very common in food, so it's not a hard one to find, but that was the first one actually isolated and discovered. Two different types of amino acids, actually technically three, but the first one is essential. An essential amino acid, it must be obtained through food. It is not produced by the body, so those are essential amino acids. And then also there's non-essential amino acids, which means they are produced by the body and they're not needed through outside sources. There's also one called a semi-essential. Means your body does produce it, but in certain circumstances you do require more of it. And we'll be talking more about that as we get into the actual amino acids and which ones are essential, non-essential, or semi-essential. So we'll be moving on to that. So before I start talking more about amino acids, I want to let you know that anytime I recommend something, you should always consult your doctor before taking extra amino acids in your diet. If you have heart problems or taking any type of aid when it comes to illness, it's very important to talk to your doctor to find out what he prescribes for you to do, because it could mess up some of the prescription drugs you may be taking. But with amino acids, I'm going to give you my base top amino acids that are actually very helpful for fitness. It'll aid you in your fitness goals. There are 22 amino acids, but I'm only going to be going over a handful that I really consider the top amino acids that really help. So we're going to be moving on to those individually. Okay, so the first amino acid we're going to talk about is glutamine, also known as L-glutamine. I call it the king amino acid because it's probably the most important out of all amino acids. It really is the most abundant free amino acid in the body. It's a non-essential amino acid technically, but I consider it a semi-essential amino acid because for normal people they don't need to intake any more than their body reproduces. But in cases of bodybuilding or in fitness or any type of actual increased exercise, your body's going to require more L-glutamine or glutamine, known by both. So daily recommended dose is 2,000 milligrams per day. So it comes out to 2 grams of glutamine a day, but with increased fitness, like I said, you can take up to upwards of 10 grams a day. It's kind of speculation of what's the required amount, but if you stick anywhere between 2 grams to 5 or 6 grams a day, if you're in heavy exercise training, it should be fine. But yeah, it's like I said, the most abundant free amino acid in the body. It's found in the muscles of the body. It helps with normal brain function, helps amino acid balance during stress when you're doing increased fitness exercise. It helps with alertness and memory. It also is known to reduce sugar and alcohol cravings actually as well. And one of the most important parts of L-glutamine is it actually aids in preventing muscle atrophy, which is when your body actually starts breaking down the muscle to help feed itself for energy, usually found after surgeries. So L-glutamine is a very important amino acid. I call it the king for a reason. It's probably the most important one you can buy. So if you have to buy one, I definitely recommend glutamine. Alright, so the next one we're going to be talking about in the amino acid field is branched chain amino acids, also known as BCAAs or BCAAs. They are considered branched chain because rather than having a linear line of amino acids to develop the proteins, they have branched chains that are going out other than linear. So branched chain amino acids consist of leucine, isoleucine, and valine, and valine, some potato. It helps promote protein synthesis, which is the production of protein just like every other amino acid, but this is very helpful and very beneficial for fitness. Very well known in the fitness field for helping endurance and stamina and muscle recovery. The muscle recovery aspect is phenomenal. I've taken it before, and it definitely helps with muscle fatigue and recovery after workouts. And just like glutamine, it helps a ton with muscle breakdown. It helps you prevent muscle breakage and muscle breakdown after workouts, while you're resting, and also while you're sleeping. Your body doesn't feed off its own muscle; it feeds off the amino acids itself for energy, and helps to promote more muscle recovery overall with less breakdown. Used with L-glutamine, it is golden. So if you want to have two amino acids you're going to buy, first off, it would be BCAAs and glutamine. Mix those two together and take the proper dosage, and it is amazing. So daily recommended dose for BCAA is anywhere between 3 to 6 grams, so it'd be 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams of BCAAs a day. Some people recommend more. I wouldn't go any more than 10 grams a day, which would be 10,000 milligrams. But once again, you have to have very high intensity workouts for those to be very beneficial. But used in correlation with glutamine, it is amazing benefits. Tremendous muscle recovery, great prevention of muscle breakdown or muscle atrophy, and it's just overall two amazing amino acids for people who are trying to get their fitness goals up. Alright, so next is arginine. Arginine is a semi-essential amino acid, which means your body already produces it, but in certain circumstances it doesn't produce enough, so a supplement is needed, as in during fitness or extreme stress situations. It helps stimulate growth hormones through your pituitary gland, which is in the middle of your brain, a small pea-sized portion of your brain. That growth hormone will help with muscle gains, muscle recovery, and overall protection of your body for adapting to workouts. It also helps your body produce creatine, which is naturally occurring in your body as well. Some people know that as a supplement that people take, but I don't recommend it. But naturally occurring in your body is good for you. It's a quick energy source, allows for muscle recovery and for stamina. Overall positive mental outlook on fitness as well, keeps you really motivated and driven. Helps lower LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, which actually entails high blood pressure, by releasing more nitric oxide into the blood, and it acts as a vasodilator. Vasodilation is the expansion of veins to allow for more blood flow, which that entails lower cholesterol level, LDL cholesterol levels. That nitric oxide raising as well helps with fitness, gets more blood to the muscle, more oxygen to the muscle, allows you to have more stamina in the weight room, and overall muscle recovery and seeing more gains. In that aspect, it also helps with ED, which is erectile dysfunction for men, of course, and it helps for raising sperm count and also fixing reproductive problems. So arginine, from all of this, what you're seeing, is a very, very, very useful amino acid. So I recommend it for anybody, even outside of fitness. But during fitness, it helps a ton. Daily recommended dose is anywhere between 1,000 milligrams to 2,000 milligrams, which comes out to 1 to 2 grams of arginine. So go ahead and try that out in your fitness and see how it helps you. So next we have lysine. Lysine is an amino acid that's an essential amino acid. So once again, it is an amino acid needed from an outside source of supplementation. It is a very important precursor to carnitine, which is the next amino acid we'll be talking about. It's a precursor for carnitine, and it also helps with formation of collagen, which is connective tissue. So helps rebuilding broken down muscle fibers after workouts, and also other ligament and tendon injuries you may have as well. Helps rebuild those connective tissue fibers. It also acts as an energy source and a principal fuel for the Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle is a respiratory process. Helps in the Krebs cycle produces carbon dioxide and a compound which is rich in energy, which is called ATP. ATP is used by the cells for synthesis of proteins from amino acids. So lysine, being an amino acid, actually helps the process of lining up and getting a linear chain of amino acids to actually make proteins. And then therefore your muscles use the proteins for energy, helps rebuild the actual breakdown of the muscles, and gives you more gains in the weight room. It's a very important and useful amino acid. It's recommended 1,000 milligrams per day, which comes out to 1 gram per day. Try it out in your nutrition diet and see how it feels. Okay, so last on here we have carnitine. Carnitine is technically not an amino acid. It's actually rather falls under the B vitamin family, but because of its chemical structure and because it's so similar to an amino acid structure, they consider it an amino acid. Weird, I know. Its main function is to transport fatty acids to the energy-producing unit called the mitochondria. The ability to transport and use fatty acids and use fat as an energy source is huge when it comes to expelling energy and having energy during workouts. So carnitine is definitely very useful. It also helps with prevention of fatty buildup in the arteries, which will lower heart attack risks, liver problems, and also skeletal problems. But it helps lower bad cholesterol, so your high blood pressure will go down by using carnitine. It helps, of course, strip away all those that fat buildup on the artery walls itself, which cause high blood pressure. So it helps lower LDLs, which are the bad cholesterol. It's it's great for prevention and also recovery from heart attacks. So carnitine is useful for many things, even outside the weight room. But it's highly recommended. It helps a ton with recovery and also energy for weightlifting. Carnitine is recommended 500 milligrams, half a gram technically, 2 times per day. So I wouldn't. You could take a full gram in one sitting if you want, but I would space it out, like take a 500 milligram tablet before workout and after workout, and that will probably give you your best results. Try it out in your diet and see how you like it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this T.C.W.S.M fitness video. Please click on these links for the vitamin video, mineral video, or any of my other workouts that I've been posting onto YouTube as well. I'm going to be making a video for each major muscle group. I'm not sure how many are going to be up at the time of you hearing this, but you can check under T.C.W.S.M Fitness, and it should be on YouTube. Thanks for watching.